What's going on, guys? This is Lesky, and today in FIFA 23 Pro Clubs, we're going to be looking at another player build. It will be listed as a striker, and it's going to be one of those very small striker builds that I know a lot of you guys love to use. It'll be perfect for either old gen and new gen version of FIFA, and if you're on new gen, in one of the most recent FIFA updates, they slightly buffed the explosive accelerate run style by making it a little bit quicker. And this build will be explosive. So explosive is the best it's ever been in FIFA so far. So we're going to be a striker, 5'4", 149 pounds. My teammate also used this build and he thinks it's insane. Check out some of the clips that we got while using it.
Shit!
Literally just feet tap it, like don't even think.
That's weak.
Dang. Oh, it bursted through. Explosive.
Nice.
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Then
Go in. Thank you. Shoot it, man. Okay.
I have terrible outside shooting.
It don't even matter, dude. Header. No way. Oh, the little guy. Bodied.
what? Oh my.
Dang it, I tried to sweat it. That was bad. Run.
Oh. Oh, he's done.
You could see from some of those clips how good this build is. It's extremely quick and agile, and the finishing is perfect. The 3 perks I have on this build work very well. You're going to be listed as a striker, as I already mentioned. The height 5'4", and the weight 149. You can also go down to 5'3" for the height. You'll have the exact same attributes, but you might as well be an inch taller at 5'4". The weight, you can go a little bit lower if you want. You can go all the way to the lowest weight section, like 99 pounds through 119. Only a little bit of attributes will change. There's not going to be much of a difference. So I decided to just go 149 for the weight, and you'll still have that lean body type. Preferred foot is right-footed, but that is preference. Let's take a look at the perks. I think these 3 perks are definitely the best options for a small striker build like this one. So the first one is Skill Dribbler to increase the dribbling attribute even more, and then it'll give you the permanent flare trait, and then Active First Touch for the second one, which will increase your ball control, and then also increase your acceleration and sprint speed in certain situations, like when you're attacking the ball, running onto a through ball in behind, or even when you get the ball played to your feet, it'll kick in a little bit there. And then the last perk is Poacher. You could switch this one up a bit, but I definitely have Poacher just to increase all the shooting attributes in the box, and it's basically going to make all those attributes in the high 90s, if not maxed out at 99. So the shooting on this build is pretty crazy for a small build. Any other perks that I could possibly suggest, maybe Tireless Runner, but we actually have pretty good stamina on this build, so I don't think it's necessary. I don't know how much physical strength will actually affect this small build with a very small body type. The other one that I maybe suggest is Distance Shooter. If you like taking distance shots, like you could put Distance Shooter on instead of Poacher. I just think Skill Dribbler and Active First Touch is very good. It'll make this build feel extremely responsive, and the dribbling will be cracked. Other than that, you could possibly go like a passing perk if you want to improve the passing, because it is a striker build and the passing isn't amazing. So let's take a look at the skill tree. The physical page is pretty simple. All I went for is some stamina reactions and jumping upgrades. I wanted to get the Acrobat archetype to max out the stamina. The smaller you are, the more stamina you lose, I think, in Pro Clubs this year. So like without any of this, we have 76, so that's pretty bad. We get all the stamina upgrades and it goes to 89. And then make sure to get this +4 reactions for 2 skill points to bump it up to 89. On almost all my max level builds, I think I have like 90+ reactions, but this one I only went for 1 set of reactions upgrades. I felt like I needed the extra skill points on other categories. But I guess if you want for an alternative, you could take off the Acrobat and then go for this jumping and reactions to bump it up to 93, and then you'll have 4 skill points you can put elsewhere on the build, so you could do that. And then I didn't put any strength increase because you're a small build. It's not going to make much of a difference. But also, I'm trying to make this build explosive. And in order to be explosive on the new gen version of FIFA, you have to have 15 or more agility than strength. And this build has exactly 15 more agility, so we can't upgrade the strength at all. As you can see, this build has 89 agility, so with the 74 strength, 89 minus 74 is 15, so this build is perfectly explosive. So what you're going to do is max out the agility, and we'll get it to 89. It's not the highest, but this year as a striker you can't really get crazy high agility even if you're 5'4". So 89 agility and then 89 dribbling. I didn't go for any of these extra dribbling upgrades because we have the skill dribbler perk. There's really no point. It's probably going to upgrade the dribbling like at least 10, I would think. So we're probably going to have like 99 dribbling when it comes to the attribute because of the skill dribbler perk. And then on the right, you're going to get everything except for this ball control. Remember, the active first touch perk will increase the ball control. So the ball control is even higher than what you see here. And then we have 94 balance, which is pretty crazy. And that will help you just not get pushed off the ball so easily. And you'll be able to retain your balance and not stumble nearly as much. I went for 5-star skills. I love using 5-star skills for pretty much any build, especially attacker builds. You can take this off if you want and put it somewhere else. I guess, honestly, if you don't want 5-star skills, what you could do is go for this ball control instead. You'll have 91 ball control. And then you can use those 6 skill points perfectly. Let me go back to the physical page for this jumping and reactions. And then you can have 93 reactions. That's actually a very good alternative if you don't want the 5-star skills. That's definitely what I would do. With passing, I wasn't going to go for a lot of upgrades at first, but then I decided to upgrade the crossing and curve a bit. I think curve is one of the most underrated attributes you can get on your build, especially for an attacker or midfielder build. It says it'll increase the bend and swerve of the ball when shooting or passing. The shooting specifically will help for this build as a striker. It'll help a lot when it comes to those outside the foot shots and finesse shots, just adding more whippage on those shots. So what I did is went all the way down to the artist archetype, getting some crossing and curve upgrades. As a smaller build, you might find yourself roaming wide and kind of almost playing like a winger sometimes as a striker, especially if you're in a 2-striker formation. I probably wouldn't use this build in a single striker formation anyways. So you kind of want to be a little bit comfortable when it comes to crossing. So this will upgrade our crossing to 82. I decided to go for both of the archetypes on the shooting page. The sniper will max out our shot power to 92 for a 5-4 build, which is pretty crazy. And then we'll get some pins and free kick accuracy upgrades. And then on the right, the finisher archetype with some extra finishing on top of that. So we'll have 92 finishing. And then remember, I have the poacher perk on this build, so it's going to max out the finishing and all the other shooting attributes in the box pretty much. The one downside, I guess, is the heading, but you're not going to get that many headers as a 5-4 build anyways. That's not a big deal. And then the long shots are only 83. But y'all can see that I did make some long shots with this build. The curve helps a lot. And then obviously the high shot power. You really don't need a high long shot attribute this year in FIFA, in my opinion. I'm always making long shots with like low 80s as the stat. So you could go distant shooter perk if you want instead of poacher, because the shooting attributes inside the box will still be reliable with the 92 finishing and 92 shot power if you do take off poacher. But if you really are a big fan of distant shooter, that could be a good alternative. And then the 5-star weak foot on this build, obviously, we have 5-5. And this build, when it comes to shooting, is just crazy good. For the pace, we're just going to completely max it out and have 94 acceleration and 91 sprint speed. And remember that the active first touch perk will increase the pace even more in certain situations. And if you're on the new gen version of FIFA, you'll have the explosive accelerate run style on this build. So you'll be really quick to start out when you are sprinting, but then over time you will lose some pace. So keep that in mind. And then if you're on old gen, you don't have to worry about that. They don't have the accelerate run style. The build will be very good. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the old gen version of FIFA are using small striker builds like this. So that's going to complete this video for a small striker build in FIFA 23 Pro Clubs. Let me know what you think about this build in the comments. Hit that like button on this video for me. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already. As always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day and peace out.